Hello, hello. Welcome to No Exit Theater Collective's fortnightly reading series, Pride Edition. I'm Zainab Akcha, the co-artistic director of NETC and the director of A Midsummer Night's Dream. For those who are tuning in for the first time, No Exit Theater Collective is an artist-led theater company in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, founded by my co-artistic director, Ben Natan. We provide a digital space for young theater professionals to hone their craft, experiment, and continue working. We are committed to exploring the tools the medium of conference calls and live streaming provides us with through the public domain plays and developing new works. We are also committed to gender and color conscious casting and staffing. As young professionals, we're determined to present our art authentically and unapologetically. For more information and live streams, see our Facebook page. A Midsummer Night's Dream is a play about love, lust, and revelations. We wanted to take this play and find all the aspects of it that are inherently queer and amplify them, which all of it is thanks to our concept consultant, Brennan O'Rourke, if you're there. Hi, Brennan. And the amazing cast and crew who you will see tonight. This reading was consciously cast and staffed with mostly LGBTQ plus creatives to honor Pride Month. Tonight, you will see that none of the pronouns in the text were changed. However, the gender presentation of characters are quite non-traditional. This was intentional. We do not see enough queer relationships in media, and less so that show complex interracial narratives. As the cast and crew, we are determined to change that one play at a time. Many LGBTQ plus youth today are facing families or societies that do not accept their queerness or are simply afraid to come out due to pressures from society, cultures, and many other reasons. Across the globe, this can translate into emigrating to places like the United States for safety, but recent news show that Black queer people are disproportionately discriminated against. Tonight, we donate 20% of our proceeds from the virtual tip jar on Venmo, which you can donate to at noexit-tc, to Black LGBTQIA plus Migrants Project at which is a program by the Transgender Law Center. We selected this organization because of its focus on Black liberation, LGBTQIA plus protection, and immigrant rights, which are all on our minds. Black lives matter, Black trans lives matter, trans women are women, trans men are men, and non-binary identities are valid. Now, the cast will introduce themselves. If you can come on one by one and just say who you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Anthony Cornatzer, he, him, his pronouns, and I will be playing Theseus and Oberon tonight.
Hi, I'm Emily Johnson-Erday. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm playing Hippolyta and Titania tonight.
Hi, I'm Rachael Weekley. I use they, them, their pronouns, and I am playing Egeus and Bottom.
Hi, I'm Erin Edelstein. I use she and her pronouns, and I am playing Puck, or Robin Goodfellow, and Philostrate tonight.
Hi, my name is Rachael Feldman. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Hermia, Snug, and Peasblossom.
Hi, I'm Angelica. My pronouns are she, hers, and I'm playing Lysander, Flute, and Cobweb.
Hello, my name is RJ Christian. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'll be playing Demetrius, Snout, and Mustardseed tonight.
Hi, my name is Angel Rafael Tavares. I use he, she, they pronouns interchangeably, and I will be playing Helena, Moth, and Quince.
Hi, my name is MJ Bird. My pronouns are they, them, and theirs, and tonight I will be your swing.
Awesome. With that, please enjoy A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou hast, by moonlight, at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart. Turn her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in the case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself, he is, but in this kind, one in your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know by not what power I am able, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, upon that day, either prepare to die, or disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or in Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Oh, scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her, I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius, and which is more than all these boasts can be. I am beloved, beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself, to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, to death or to a vow of single life.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
Hell to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it a momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, brief as the lighting in the collied night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood with a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in numbers more than women ever spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, truly tomorrow will I meet with thee.
Keep promised love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Sickness is catching. Oh, we're favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue, sweet melody. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he shall see no more my face. Lysander and myself will fly from this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds, where wont to lie, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and then from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food tomorrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. But herein I mean to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Here's all our company here, I said.
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the... Our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry... Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scrolls. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Oh, what is Pyramus? A lover? or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant of love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phyllis calm shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This is Heracles' vein. A tyrant's vein. A lover is for condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming in.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Oh, Pyramus! I love dear! No, Thisbe dear! And
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute, you Thisbe. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Yourself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you would play barefaced. But masters, here are your pet parts, and I am to entreat you and desire you to come them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There will we rehearse. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold her cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere. And I serve the fairy queen. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
Well, the king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow, are you not he, that frights the maidens of the villagery? Mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck. You do their work and they shall have good luck, are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress. Would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and sat all day playing pipes of chord and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and warrior love, to Theseus must be wed, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the midsummer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, but with thy brawls hast thou disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds piping to us in vain, as if in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which pelting on the land hath every falling river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The fold stands empty in the drowned field. The crows are fatted with the murren flock. The human mortals want their winter here, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, the angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you attend it then? Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. Full often hath she gossiped by my side when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, which she, following her womb, then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land, fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We will shy downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw that thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. It fell upon a little western flower, for milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the look of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, she shall pursue with a soul of love. I'll make her run up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, and because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit. I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not.
It is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood like worlds of company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look at me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. Who is speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies?
I will not state thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly to him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower here?
Aye, there too.
I pray thee, give it me. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crew.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song, and then, for the third part of a minute hence, sing me now asleep. Then to your offices and let me rest.
Hence away, now all is well.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, 2 bosoms, and 1 troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms interchained with an oath, so then 2 bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Not much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off, and human modesty, so far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Oh, this is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Yet Hermia still loves you, be then content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I have with her spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. Reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surefit of the sweetest things and all my powers, address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. I mean, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves, I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediate lie.
Are we all met? Hello?
Most convenient place for rehearsal.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our lake in a parlous fear.
Oh, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue. And let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
Well, will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look on to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name and tell him that plainly that he is Snug the joiner.
It shall be so, but there is two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Well, doth the moon shine the night that we play our play?
Why, then you may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And, let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall.
Come sit down, every mother's son.
Hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus.
Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? Too near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Say thou but there a while, and by I will appear to thee.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you. For you must understand he goes out to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Oh, most radiant Pyramus, as truest horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once. Cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Thisbe, I were die.
Oh, my horse. Oh, strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
I'll follow you. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound. Sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, fire, bear at every turn.
Oh, why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeared.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? Oh, you see an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
Oh, this is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, and they shall hear I am not afraid. The hound so cock so black a hue with orange tawny bill, and the rock so with his note so true, the wren with little quail.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note for many a man doth mark, and dares not answer. Nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo? Never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Oh, mistress, methinks you have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays together. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, neither. Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I'd have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while you on pressed flowers dost sleep. Peasblossom, Cobweb, Moth, and Mustardseed.
Ready.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
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 I cry, your worships, mercy. Heartily, I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peasblossom.
Oh, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustardseed.
Good Master Mustardseed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant ox thief hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustardseed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower, tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then what it was that next came in her eye, but she must dote on in extremity. Oh, here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit?
My mistress with a monster is in love. While she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who pyramids presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed upon his head, when they him spy sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Oh, stand close, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why you rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring o'er shoes and blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as the whole earth may be bored. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look. So dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright and clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur. Thou drift'st me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brief touch. Could not a worm, an adder, do so much?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see thee more, and from thy hated present part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Thy misprison must perforce ensue. Some true love turned, and not a false turn true. About the wood, go swifter than the wind. And Helena of Athens, look thou find. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she to appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone.
Why should you think that I would scorn in woo? Woo in scorn. Scorn and derision never comes in tears. Look, when I vow I weep, and vows so born, in their nativity all truth appears.
You do advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves you not.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips! Those kissing cherries tempting grow. Oh, let me kiss this princess, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? You're both rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena? A true exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to bequeath me, whom I do love and will do until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Oh, look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Thou art not but mine eye, Lysander, found! Mine ear, I think it brought to me thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjured all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? Will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend?
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and make your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up, but fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Wait, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this? Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Thy love out, tawny Tartar, out! Out loathed medicine of hated potion hence!
You not jest?
Yes, soothe, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler. You Cankerblossom. You thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, in faith. Have you no modesty? No touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet. Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I? Thou painted maple. Speak. How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower, hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go.
I get you gone. Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to float me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass, maid, you bead, you acorn.
Let her alone. Speaking on of Helena, take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little of love to her, thou shalt abye it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow. Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. And so far am I glad it did so sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Then, like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, to o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose looker hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest day should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet your day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me, then, to plainer ground. Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward, thou art fled. Speak! In some bush! Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here. He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Coward, why comest thou not?
Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mock'st me. Thou shalt buy this, dear, if I ever thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours, shine comfort from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eyes. Steal me a while from mine own company.
Three. Come one more. Two of both kind makes up four. Ah, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick muck roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peasblossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peasblossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb. Good Monsieur. Oh, get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, Signor. Where is Monsieur Mustardseed?
Ready.
Give me your knife, Monsieur Mustardseed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. No, I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire for a bottle of hay.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
Nuts. I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Oh, welcome, good Robin. Seest thou the sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this faithful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child. With straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle pug, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of Egeus!
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, musical.
Music? Oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Fairy King, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Oh, then my queen in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Oh, one of you, find out the forester. Our observation is performed. And since we have the Valward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the Western Valley, let them go. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
Oh, my hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, slow in pursuit, matched in mouth like bells. Each under each, but soft. What nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, and this Demetrius, this Helena? I wonder if they're being here together.
Oh, no doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds, but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord?
I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly I would speak, and now I do bethink me so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, to have defeated you and me, you of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them. Fair Helena had fancied following me, but, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. The object and the pleasure of mine eyes, only Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse, we more will hear anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will. These couples shall eternally be knit, and for the morning now is something worn. Our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are? It seems to me that we yet sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us to follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Well, let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Methought I was, there is no man can tell what, but methought I had a But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it has no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Oh!
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handy craftsman in Athens.
Snug.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. Whew! If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom! Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have scaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it, 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom? Almost courageous day. Almost.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out. Oh, not a word of me.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
No, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man o'erlook his part, for the short and long is, our play is preferred. No more words, away!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Come now, where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mass? What music? A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe? Very tragical mirth? Merry and tragical, tedious and brief? That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there is not one word, apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind?
And we shall hear it.
No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it.
So please your grace. The prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, goodwill, you should think not to offend. Goodwill. All for delight. We are not. That you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gents, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man, Pyramus, if you would know, this beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder. Through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. At the which let no man wonder, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, this trusty Thisbe coming first by night did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe mantle slain, whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let Lion, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often, very secretly.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better? Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim look night. All night with you so black. All night, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. Thou wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with my eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, though through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, sir. In truth, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. Yonder she comes.
O wall, full oft hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face.
Thisbe?
My love? Oh, my love, I think you are.
Thou think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander am I trusty still.
I shall kiss thee through the wall's hole. I kiss the wall and not your lips at all.
Oh, wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar, know that I, as Snug the Coiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of a good conscience.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Roar!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon! Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams, for thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams. I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh, spite! What dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? Oh, oh, dainty duck, oh dear, with what, stained with blood? Approach, ye Furies fell. Oh, fate, come, come, cut, thread, and run, quail, crush, conclude, and quail.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the dearest dame, that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound. Oh, out, sword, and wound. Thus I die. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
Oh, she will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she'll be brief.
Sleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Come! Dead, dead, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbue. And farewell, friend. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I and Wall too?
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see an epilogue? Or to hear a bergamot dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we the solemnity, and nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now it is the time of night, that the graves, all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies, that do run by the triple Hecates, teem from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall make amends.
Yay! That was the end of our play. Hope you all enjoyed it. So we will go on into a brief Q&A. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments in the Facebook video, and I will read them out loud for us to respond to. While we wait for some questions, I would love for the company to introduce yourselves and once more and tell us what you're up to in life.
Alrighty, so yeah, in terms of just the most recent things with me, I may not have mentioned this like in midst of rehearsals, but I'm actually secretary for the board of directors with Atlantic City Theater Company, and so we've been kicking things off with our own live reading series as well, and they've been going very, very well. And we've actually got our own production of Midsummer in the works as well to actually be filmed, to be featured in 48 Blocks with Atlantic City, or specifically ACAF, Atlantic City Arts Foundation, and we're very, very excited for that too. Otherwise, I'm a part of a writer's room with good friends of mine in Witness Entertainment. A really good friend of mine, Leo, he's the partner of my manager, Catherine Arcos, with Arcos Management. And yeah, so we got a writer's room going up, things to look forward to in terms of screenwriting, and things to now work on as we're now coming out of quarantine and beginning to tread water with everything and getting back to things.
Also, for folks who didn't catch the beginning, your name, your pronouns, and who you played, please.
Oh, yeah. So for folks who didn't catch the beginning, thank you. I'm Anthony Cornatzer, he, him, his pronouns, and I played Theseus as well as Oberon.
Hi, I'm Emily Johnson-Erday. I was Hippolyta and Titania tonight. I use she, her pronouns. And I am an actor musician and also a composer lyricist. So what's going on for me is that I am composing a musical called Soldier Girls, which is the history of two real-life lovers who were in the WACs in World War II, and it's a really cool story. And if you if you go look it up, it's going to be online pretty soon, and we're going to be featured on PBS.
I was so excited about that, I forgot it was me. I'm Rachael Weekley, they, them, theirs pronouns. I played Bottom and Egeus, and things I'm working on right now. I am a clown and I create my own work. If you want to see my first 30-minute piece, you can go to No Dominion Theater. Their Facebook event or their Instagram should have links to buy tickets to the online show. It's a play I specially built for Zoom or this conference call type theater. As well as that, I'm also a member of SCOW, a queer-oriented stage combat wrestling style league. It's a really good time. Check us out on scowfight.com. Lots of videos. We just did self-isolation devastation. Wow, wow, wow. It's a good time. That's what I'm doing.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Edelstein. I use she and her pronouns. I played Puck and Philostrate. Lately, I mean, besides quarantining in the East Village, I most recently was in Hamlet with No Exit Theater Collective. And before that, I was touring around the city with a group from NYU. We're called Shakespeare to Go. It's a group I've been part of for the past 4 years. We condense a Shakespeare play into about an hour, so to like fit in an assembly setting in a public school. And we go to schools all around the city every Friday morning. This past show was Much Ado About Nothing. I served as the music director and accompanist. We inflected the plot with Beatles songs. It was exciting. And I also played Hero. So that was a really good time. That's what I've been up to.
Hi, I'm Rachael Feldman. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I played Hermia, Snug, and Peasblossom, and also the lion. I am an actor, a producer, and a teaching artist. I am currently working on getting my master's in applied theater at CUNY School of Professional Studies. So I'm focusing on more social education-based theater, focusing on consent, sex, and gender.
Hi, I'm Angelica, pronouns she, hers. I just graduated from CUNY, actually, finally got my undergrad. Took 8 years to do it, but it's finally there. And then I do burlesque. I'm writing right now since I've got nothing but time. So I'm doing a bunch of kids shows and like a biop, I guess like a solo piece on my mother. And I just finished one on the Marquis de Sade that I want to go back and finish up. So yeah, I'm writing right now.
Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello, my name is RJ Christian. I use he, him, his pronouns. I played Demetrius, Mustardseed, and Snout. Currently, I am going into my senior year at NYU, pursuing a BM in musical theater voice at Steinhardt. Ooh, so I'm a singer. I do all sorts of musical theater type stuff, and also I write music and lyrics as well. I'm working on a couple of things right now. One thing that I'm going to post on my social media very soon is I'm doing a quarantine themed song cycle called Six Cycle, and that's going up this Friday. It's gonna be live streamed over Facebook. I am also, if you want to, I also have a show on YouTube right now called Airlock the Musical that is is a musical about like it's like a Star Trek spoof. So if you want to see stuff I've written, that's on there too. And I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, my name is MJ Bird. My pronouns are they, them, and theirs. And tonight I played Your Swing. I recently did Much Ado About Nothing and Twelfth Night with No Exit Theater Company. I played Braccio and Fessy the Fool, respectively. And I most recently worked with the Pennsylvania Shakespeare Festival on a tour of Macbeth. So basically, ever since I graduated to sales in 2019, I've just been doing Shakespeare. But I do have a podcast that you can find on any major podcast streaming app, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And you can find it under Exploring the Interim. And interim is INTERIM. And it's about university arts graduates making their way to a professional world and the interim in between and exploring that. So yeah, bye.
Hi, I'm Zaina Pekcha. My pronouns are she, hers. I was the director of this wonderful piece and am the co-artistic director of No Exit Theater Collective. I am mostly a director and producer. Last summer, I directed the off-Broadway debut of the Argentinian Prostitute play, which Ben Natan, my co-artistic director, starred in at the Broadway Bound Theater Festival. And I produced an apology delivered by Dr. John Faustus on This Is Final Night. That is not the correct title, but
it's pretty close.
Pretty close. It is long. Last fall, and we do hope to bring that back. I am also a co-producer on Scowl Fight, which Rachael talked about. Please do go watch Self-Isolation Devastation. It is a wonderful show. And am getting an MA in Applied Theater from CUNY School of Professional Studies at the moment.
Hello, I'm Ellen. I use she, her pronouns. I was the technical director this evening, which is why you're only seeing me right now. I'm a New York-based actor and model. During the quarantine, I was in our production of Much Ado About Nothing. And before that, I was in New York, and I lean more towards film and television work. So you can find me on Investigation Discovery's Evil Lives Here. And yeah, the quarantine's definitely been, a little bit of a struggle for artists, but I'm really excited to be working on projects like this. I'm also a freelance writer at CNN_, so I review tech products, which has also been keeping me busy. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Cool. Before we go on to questions, which you can put in the comments on the Facebook video, I would love to thank all the people that have donated to the virtual tip jar, which you can also donate to on Venmo at noexit-tc. Thank you to Marley Madding, Dominique Booth, Dean Saunders, Matt Johnson, Alex Shepard, Madeline Swim, Robert Bradvika, Reuben Glazer, Arjun Downs, and Miriam Edelstein, and Erin Crable. If I said anyone's name wrong, sorry. I will try to be better next time. Let's see if we have any questions. Someone during the show asked, what is going on? And if you missed what was going on, this video will be on Facebook probably forever. So you can rewind and watch all the way back again. As we don't have any Facebook questions, I am wondering, does the cast have any questions that they want to ask each other for a minute?
There is one question.
Yes.
Sarah Jean asked, how did we go about rehearsing virtually?
I did not see that. Thank you so much. How did we go about rehearsing?
We didn't. We've never talked to each other.
Who are these people?
This is actually
strangers in boxes.
I woke up here.
For the past ish, we've been meeting on Zoom most nights. I think we had one night when we didn't in the past week. But yes, we started by reading through on Zoom, getting to know each other, getting acquainted with each other as an ensemble. And then we proceeded to do scene work and then kind of knitted it all together. And now it's now.
We also had a lot of freedom in rehearsal discussions about how we wanted to go about our characters' gender identities and backstories and relationships to each other. So it was fun that we got to put our own spins on these typically very classic boxed in characters.
I think one of the fun parts about rehearsing Zoom theater is that you also, it's a fun, but it's also a challenging part, but you get to be your own camera crew. So like, if you decide that this is when the close-up needs to happen, this is when the close-up needs to happen. But it was definitely part of a process talking about like how we're not only doing it, but how we're using the camera and how we're using our space too.
Yeah. Rachael Feldman touched on a great point I wanted to ask a question about. Does anyone want to share kind of their favorite queerings or moments that we hid into this piece that came from you all?
Yo, when Titania flips off Oberon, that sent me into outer space. I was yodeling. Y'all were lucky I was on mute.
I'm sad that we could not hear that.
When I was doing research about the character Puck, I know it's traditionally played by a man. Actually, originally all the roles were played by men, like in Shakespeare's time. Of course, that's not the norm now, but Puck is traditionally played by a male actor. And I didn't want to be like, oh, I identify as a woman, Puck's gonna be a woman. So I did some research, and apart from maybe a few pronouns used in the script, like once or twice, Puck doesn't really have like a lexical gender within the language. And I kind of wanted to play with that physically and in terms of my interpretation of the character. And what I kind of realized about my Puck was that Puck doesn't really, in terms of love, because love is such a theme in this show, Puck isn't looking for like romantic love ever. Puck wants attention, and Puck romantically loves themselves. Or not, maybe not even romantically. It's an attention thing. It's like I'm awesome. It's like yeah, that kind of attitude. And I also incorporated some disability justice into my role. I have ADHD, and there's a lot of masking that can happen, trying to seem like that's not a thing, which sometimes is necessary. But with this role, I kind of wanted to let that run wild. So yeah, that was kind of, because my disability is part of my queerness. So I wanted to put that in there too.
One of the things I thought was really interesting, because I've done Shakespeare where there's a lot of like, oh, well, we have people of different gender identities playing these characters, with a lot of like, let's switch up the pronouns. Let's like, it's not gonna be Hamlet with he, him pronouns played by a woman. It's gonna be Hamlet who is a woman. And I think it was really, one of the things I really enjoyed was the fluidity of gender in this show. Like, sure, this character is he, him, even if they're not presenting traditionally like that, or it's she, her, and they're not presenting as we traditionally see that. And I appreciated that a whole lot.
Yeah, I feel like this show really showed off that gender is a big fat spectrum and people are just on it.
Anyone see any questions that I am missing? Great, there are no more. Does anyone else want to share anything before we close out the evening?
RJ's moment when you punched the bushes.
fucking slayed me every time. Just like I'd be sitting here like scrolling through the text, like making notes for myself or doing whatever, and all of a sudden we get to that part and just be like,
Well, RJ's dumb funny in general, so.
oh.
When they're all, are you joking?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sometimes you gotta unload the clip.
Gotta get smizacked.
No, I'm like lucky. I'm sort of a baby to Shakespeare, so I just sort of like, I don't like hold Shakespeare up high. I'm just like, okay, let's just do it. Which is like hard at some points where I don't know what the words are, but I had a good time.
My favorite kind of Shakespeare.
Oh. Our latest donors, I will thank them as well. Thank you to Zach Feldman and Mitchell Ledoux. If you would like to donate to the virtual tip jar, 20% of it will go to Black LGBTQIA Migrants Project at the Transgender Law Center, which was founded during COVID to help Black LGBTQIA migrants. The rest of the funds will go to all these wonderful artists. We will profit share. So all that. Also, thank you to our Helena Angel, whose internet dropped off towards the end of the play. We love you. Hope you return to us someday. With that, thank you all for joining. This video will be up for a while, so you can rewatch if you would like. Have a good night.